What is going on, guys? The Rose here with Casey's Raw, back for the first time in quite a while for the Game Corner podcast, episode 72. This is more or less just going to be an audio podcast, really, so you got this on the screen here. We're going to go over a few topics. I have some news on the Nintendo Switch Online, leaks, possible Game Boy and Game Boy Advance emulators coming to the Nintendo Switch Online Premium service, which, if that's the case, we'll talk about it. But if that's the case, would make that $50 seem more worth it. That's for sure.
Well,
Um,
I was gonna say it's already getting a little bit better every time they do it because, like the Mario Kart DLC, if you have the $50 expansion pack, it's free for you.
right. So we're going to talk more about that. Uh, Nintendo Switch Online service also adds 3 more Sega Genesis games. We have an actor from God of War arrested on allegations of pedophilia. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Xbox and PlayStation working on a way to put ads in our video games.
Oh,
And we're also going to talk about the Sonic Origins collection. So we're going to talk about those pieces of news tonight. Like I said, this is mainly just going to be an audio podcast with the screen here. It's kind of late, so I didn't really set up the way I normally would because before we get into any of the topics, I want to just say that I haven't had a chance really to do any content on my channel in about the past 3 weeks. April has been quite a rough month for me. I just came back a few days ago from a trip to South Carolina where I lost my grandfather. So now both of my grandparents, in the span of about 15 months, had passed away in the same hospital, just a little over a year apart. So that's unfortunate. Then we started cleaning out the house and stuff, and there's going to be an ongoing thing with that over the next couple of months. We're going to be, everyone's going to be divvying up their inheritance and selling the house and all this other stuff. So we got all that going on. So this is why I'm doing this. I want to get some content out there starting up. This is all gaming news that has come out throughout this entire week. So far, I wanted to talk about it. I do have about 6 videos in the can, though, that I could upload. I did get a little bit of recording done directly from the PlayStation 5. Thank God for that. So while I was down in South Carolina last week, I was able to record a few videos. So I will be uploading those this week and whatnot. So that's where I've been for the past 3 weeks, looking to get back into things. Casey, how the hell have you been?
eh, tired. Uh, I've been. I called him. I called the Rose earlier today, see if we were still up to do this. And shortly after, I
called
laid down,
him. I called
ate
the
some
Rose.
pizza before laying down, and then pass out until like I think 7 or 8 o'clock my time. So as content right now, I'm getting a little thin on my own content right now. Right now, what I got is the Pikmin 3 game, and actually I'm on my last whatever I have left for that for right now. I mean, I need to get back and finish that. Beat that game. And then I got more WrestleMania videos that'll be coming out soon, but that takes a while, and hopefully I'll get some Sega Genesis reproduction games out to you guys. So it's been hard trying to juggle a bunch of things, and I usually have like 2-3 things in the can, and now it's ever since going to WrestleMania, it's been like a monkey wrench thrown in the works. Because I usually throw at least one or two videos a day, and it's getting hard to just even pump one out.
Well, Casey, I can honestly say, no matter what kind of content you're putting out right now, it's certainly a lot more than what I've been doing.
Well, I mean, seems like some people have been liking it. It just seems like a lot of them watch it later on. I mean, I like doing the premieres because I like to sit down and chat with people in the chat
Right.
instead of just dropping it and hopefully they get views. But I'm ready to start talking about this stuff.
So, I figured we can start with the Nintendo Switch Online leaks and rumors. These rumors are said to be from a highly reputable source. Apparently, we are supposedly getting Game Boy and Game Boy Advanced stuff here. So let me pull that up. It
I
says
assume,
it
I
says
assume,
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I assume when you have Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, they're gonna have Game Boy Color probably mixed with the Game Boy uh OG.
Yeah, I would think so. So the article here, I got this one from NintendoLife.com. It says, according to at Trash Bandicoot on Twitter, files have been leaked on 4chan, which include a Nintendo-developed Game Boy Advance emulator, codenamed Sloop, and a Game Boy emulator called Hyoko, both developed by Nintendo of Europe's NERD, Nintendo European Research and Development Team, NERD, the Paris based subsidiary responsible for much of the company's emulation efforts in recent years, including the emulators in the classic mini consoles and the N64 GameCube Wii emulation on Super Mario 3D All Stars collection. So there's some screenshots here. Uh, I can't really, show them here, but it's all in Japanese anyway, so it's really nothing you can read. But it says Trash Bandicoot on Twitter says, so Nintendo's official Game Boy Advance emulator for Nintendo Switch just leaked. Now it's just a matter of waiting for NSO to add GBA. Here are screenshots of it actually working, if anyone is curious. So again, I can't show these screenshots the way I have things set up. You can find YouTube videos on this. This is actually how I first discovered this. It says, Trash Bandicoot also says this is already starting to do numbers thanks to random lookups. I'll bring more extra content in case anyone has any doubts. 4 files were leaked so far onto 4chan. 2 NSPs with 7Z archive that has loose NCAs. The NSPs is a Nintendo developed GBA emulator. So that's pretty cool. I mean, you gotta figure it's only a matter of time before they would add those anyway. People have been clamoring for Game Boy Advance games, at least Game Boy Advance games. I don't know so much, regular Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, but at least Game Boy Advance games. A lot of people have been clamoring for some of those.
I I mean, the only reason I want GBA games is one reason is for Mother 3 to finally can't come out over here. I mean, I can play it right now. I did one video of just a quick gameplay of it,
Right.
but I want a Nintendo version of it than a fan translated version of it. But I think I would enjoy the Game Boy version better because one of my favorite Game Boy games is the second Mario Brother, uh, Super Mario Bros. Land 2. I really enjoyed that over the first one, and I think there's actually better games on the Game Boy than to me than the GBA.
I mean, to me, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, honestly, if I want anything out of the GBA, I would want. I mean, if I want anything out of the Game Boy games, I should say, I'm gonna want. The Pokemon games for sure. Um, I don't know. Honestly, I do hope they would actually give us the the version of Super Mario Bros. 3 that has the e-reader levels in them.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny you said that. It's on the Wii U though.
It is, but I don't have a Wii U anymore, and I'm sure there's also a lot of people that don't have a Wii U. So I would think that would fit. I would think that would be pretty cool to release on the system.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's crazy. Actually, talk about that. Uh, One of my favorite game stores that I go all the time. I found like 5 packs of those e-reader cards before, and I wanted to go back the next day after I got paid, and they were gone the next day.
Wow.
So at the game store now they got 3 packs there. So I don't know if they got it and sold it over there, and they're still sealed.
Oh wow, those could actually
Yes.
be worth something then.
Yeah, I think they have it marked like 20, 15, and 25.
If I'm not mistaken, they never gave us all of the e-reader cards for the game, right?
I don't know. I mean, the only I really don't have a way unless I get like a G. Whoa, my lighting just went weird. But
Got a storm over there, Casey?
no. But did you see that?
No, I
Like
didn't. I'm actually working on the thumbnail while we're doing this.
it just went dim for me. But
Power surge, it sounds like.
I think this bulb's going about to blow. But beside that, I think. Sorry, I think I smell electrical fire.
That's not good.
I think I don't see something, but it could be something outside. Oh
You don't see smoke, do you? Is it getting worse?
no, it's just uh, just have a weird smell, but I'm sure it's okay. But I might want to go back and collect in the game room. But uh, I forgot what was gonna. Oh, I if I can get a Game Boy e-reader, the only way I can actually use it is maybe put it in the Retron 5.
Would that work on the Retron or no?
I don't know. I mean, there's certain things, some like um adapters, like I know like Sonic and Knuckles when you add that to that and put Sonic 3, at first you weren't able to play Sonic 3 on top of that, but there's been a patch to let you to do that. So I don't know. I mean, I would love to give it a try, but that means you have to get an e-reader though too.
Right.
So, but I would like just at least to get a couple of those packs. But go ahead and go on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna check something.
All right. So while Casey is raw is tending to possible house fire, let's hope for the best for Mr. Raw. Hopefully everything's good on his end. So we were talking about the emulators. Excuse me. So these emulators, if they are real, again, leaks don't always mean anything is real. Um, they will be presumably placed in the premium, the Nintendo Switch Online Premium, which is the $50 a year one. That which also has the N64, um, the Sega Genesis emulators, and the Animal Crossing and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. So I would imagine it would be placed in there, and if it does get placed there, I think that would make the $50 a year price tag a bit more worth it.
Well, they've been adding, like I said before, they've been adding more stuff to the to the expansion pack than lately because, like I said, obviously you got the N64 and the Sega Genesis collection, but and like I said, the first thing was about on the Mario Kart. They were adding the the DLC pack to there, and there's something else about the Animal Crossing. So they're adding a little bit more and more, and you know what? They've been uh, putting more games to the service lately than the last year. I mean, remember how long it would take to get like some games for the Super Nintendo and some games for the NES? It was like maybe every quarter you get a few games.
Right.
And it seems like we're getting more and more. I mean, shoot, I think last week we just got some N64 games. And now if this is true with the GBA and the Game Boy coming.
Well, if we do get them, I think it'd be pretty cool. Like I said, I would want the Pokemon games, Donkey Kong Land, which was an original Game Boy title, which was
Yeah.
based on Donkey Kong Country, but it was called Donkey Kong Land. That game was pretty cool. We don't need any more Tetris. I think we got enough Tetris on the Switch.
I mean, yeah, we got Tetris 99 and then was it Tetris Effect?
Yeah, we got those on the Switch. Then we have, the Super Mario Land would definitely be games that you would have to
Yes.
put on there.
Yes.
Pokemon, certainly you would have to get the licensing again, which I don't think for Nintendo would be very hard for them to get the licensing for the old Pokemon games again.
Because they're pretty much the Pokemon company is pretty much a second party to Nintendo.
Right. Those are on the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance side. Another series of games I would like to see on the Game Boy Advance would certainly be the Mega Man Battle Network games. Those games were really fun. I really enjoyed those. I don't think they would have too much trouble with Capcom getting the licensing for those. But then again, you never know, with Capcom.
Or any of the game companies. I mean, you'll think they're all cool, and then, like, for years, you thought Konami was great, and same thing with Capcom. And then in modern times, they became evil.
So those are
And
just some games, and like I said again, the Super Mario Bros. 3 e-reader edition with the extra levels. I think that would be really cool to have.
yeah, I mean, that would be cool, but I mean, it is nice that they actually put in these games like a Netflix version, and then like they did with from the Wii and the Wii U and the DS and the 3DS, is that you're paying between $5 and $10 or more for these games a piece.
Right.
So I mean, people are bitching about it, but think about it, you're actually saving more money, and you're not paying like $50 every month. It's just once a year. So you get it once a year, and then you don't think about it for another year. So I still think it's a good deal. I mean, I did not like the $50. Oh, it was. I guess it was the $30 additional fee, but I mean, you can always just get the basic one, and they're still adding stuff to the basic one. But and I forgot about where Sega Genesis released new games too. So not only had N64 games came out this past week, you had this one just released today. You know.
So Casey, these three Genesis games, the ones I found is Light
Mm.
Crusader, Super Fantasy Zone, and Alien Soldier. Are those not the ones? Because
Oh,
these were added in March last month. It says
what was it again?
Light Crusader, Alien Soldier, and Super Fantasy Zone.
No, I think there's something else. I think they just announced it today. Drew's in the chat.
Is he?
Yeah.
What's going on, Drew? Going live over me, real great. Casey turncoat. I mean, Drew, I didn't go live until after 11. I figured, your thing was over by then. Live again. What's up, guys? What's up, Drew? Just, I wanted to get a thing in there. This is more of an audio podcast, though. I didn't really set up the way I normally would. So I just got this thrown up on the screen with us and, talking in the background and whatnot. I haven't done anything on my channel in like 3 weeks with all the bullshit that's gone on this month and the trip to South Carolina and, not getting home until later than expected. So, it is what it is. And it was kind of late, and I started later than I wanted to. So I'm like, you know what? We'll just throw up a fucking thing on the screen here, make it more of like an audio podcast. People want to watch it, they can, cool. Or they can listen to it later while they do something else. Pretty cool. Just messing with you guys. Do your thing, just having fun. Yeah. I mean, I even asked Casey earlier, I'm like, I know Frank is live. Do you want to go live after him? Or do you just not give a shit? Because I would have went live over him, if it meant to get this done. Like if Casey wanted to go to bed early, but at the same time, I wanted to give Frank his time,
Yeah, and, so we figured this was about the good time. I mean,
I will say this, Drew. I totally forgot that you were putting your strike sessions thing up tonight. But I had figured, it's a little over an hour long. I started a little after 11 p.m. I think you started at 10. So I'm like, his thing should be over or just about over. So
he's like, we all know it's just it's a bullshit thing, like it's a running gag. You're running live over me. It's coming off a certain person started that, but I mean, honestly, I mean, you're gonna run live on someone. I mean, it's kind of like how I showed up in Nicky J's chat, and he says, Casey, he said you went over live on us, talking about the 3 live video game huntings I did. And it's like, okay, when am I supposed to go? He's like, you're supposed to go live this is your schedule, 3 o'clock in the morning.
3 in the morning.
I was like, okay, it's 3 in the morning, but what time do I have to? And I think someone said 3:30, and then someone says 3 to 3:02. So I get 2 minutes.
Okay, Casey, I think I found what you were talking about with the new Genesis games that could be coming. This was
They are coming.
This is an article again from Nintendo Life from 2 hours ago. It says at the tail end of March, Switch Online service got 3 new games with Earthworm Jim 2 added to the SNES collection. Also, Dig Dug 2 and Mappy Land for the NES. Prior to this, reported new games might be on the way. thanks to some scheduled maintenance for the SNES and NES apps. Well, it looks like, and there was maintenance for the Sega Genesis emulator on the Switch Online as well. According to a Nin Status Bot Twitter account, Sega Genesis app will be down for scheduled maintenance on Friday, April 22nd, from 12:55 UTC. I don't exactly know when UTC is, until 2 a.m. UTC. And usually when they do that, they have games on the way. It's not guaranteed, of course. The maintenance will result in new games being added to the service, but this usually occurs when new titles are introduced, so the odds may well be in our favor. Last time, the Sega Genesis Mega Drive app received new games in March 17th, which were Alien Soldier, Light Crusader, and Super Fantasy Zone. Further maintenance was scheduled and completed on April 8th, which resulted in no new games, so it's worth having this in mind and keeping any speculations in check. So this doesn't say anything about what games we could expect, but it's just hinting at the possibility of new games with the maintenance happening tomorrow.
Well, no, I got the list.
You got the list. All right. What's the list?
Yeah, and it just came out today.
Okay.
It's Shining Force 2.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Sonic Spinball.
It's acceptable.
And Space Harrier 2.
Not a big fan of Space Harrier. I do like Sonic Spinball. You know, it's a good time waster if you want to kill an hour, if you got nothing else to do and you just want to boot up a game and play it for about an hour. Shining Force 2, that's a JRPG from a long time ago. It was also included on one of the numerous Sega Genesis collections released over the years. I've never beat it, but I do enjoy playing it.
Well, they should be out right now. They were announced to be for today. And right now it's almost 11 o'clock here, and it's almost 12 o'clock your time, so it should be out right now.
And was that tweeted by Nintendo today?
Yes.
Let me see if I can pull that up.
And it's on their YouTube channel right now.
Okay, Nintendo of America. Yep, there they are. You're right. You are absolutely right. 2 hours ago, yep, three classic Sega Genesis games have just been made available for Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members. Again, that's the $50 a year service. Space Harrier 2, Shining Force 2, and Sonic the Hedgehog Spinball. Got to get that Sonic in there with the movie doing so well. You got to ride that Sonic train. You got to, I tell you.
It's shocking. I mean, it is a little shocking that we're actually getting the Sega's Genesis online service. You figured they should be doing this across the board with Xbox and PlayStation. It's amazing they just went with Nintendo. I wonder how much money. And is Nintendo paying them, or you think Sega's I think it's more likely Nintendo's paying them for having their games on their server.
Yeah, they have to, because they have to license them for their platform. So that's why they created, or I should say that's one of the main reasons they created the expansion pass. The expansion pack for the Nintendo Switch Online, because they have to license these games.
Too bad they don't have the Master System on there.
I don't think they put that on there, only because not many people played it. I know for a fact I've never heard of the Master System. Then again, I was also born in '89. By the time I started gaming, the Super Nintendo was already out, but I started with the NES anyways, because that's what we had in my house when I started playing games.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, in America, Sega Master System did not do good, while I believe in Europe it was the exact opposite. Master System did great there, and it was NES that didn't do well. But
So, Casey, let's go from the fun, lighthearted stuff to the dark side of the internet.
porn?
We're gonna talk about the God of War motion capture actor. I want to say motion capture actor, not the voice actor. Thank God. God of War actor Joseph Gatt arrested on allegations of sexually explicit communication with a child. This news just broke a couple of days ago. I actually saw this on YouTube on Monday night, right before we went live with Less Than Serious. I actually wanted to give this topic to Drew as something we could have covered, but I just didn't have the time to get it to him, and he had already had the show outlined for the night, so I didn't want to
No,
throw that in. I didn't want to throw that in there, you know.
not only that, we were packed
Oh
too.
yeah.
There was no way getting it uh that in there. I mean, that probably wouldn't be a bad story for Sunday if Drew wanted to do that.
I mean, he's already got one pedophilia topic that we covered on Tuesday. I don't know if he wants to keep going into that gray area. But I have it pulled up here. It says it has been revealed that actor Joseph Gatt was recently arrested by the LAPD, Los Angeles Police Department, on the morning of April 6th, 2022, following allegations that the 50-year-old was having sexually explicit communications with a minor across state lines, as stated by the LAPD. Gatt is perhaps best known for portraying Fen Warg in HBO's Game of Thrones, but the actor has also worked extensively in the video game world, most notably provided motion capture for the God of War series for Kratos, in God of War 2, God of War Chains of Olympus, God of War 3, God of War Ghosts of Sparta, and God of War Ascension. Also, I believe he did do the work in the God of War reboot in 2018 as well.
That's a great game.
According to a statement released by the LAPD, detectives from the department's juvenile division, Internet Crimes Against Children task force carried out a residential warrant search of Gatt's home and are now appealing for any additional alleged victims to come forward following Gatt's arrest. So this happened on April 6th, and the news about it had just broke, I believe, on Easter night, of all nights.
Oh, that's a,
It says
I,
the actor who lives in Los Angeles was released on the day of his arrest after posting his $5,000 bail. In a statement posted to Instagram and Twitter, Gatt denied the allegations. Of course he would. I mean, these are allegations, so he's not been found guilty. However, he is also not completely innocent. He states, and I quote, I obviously want to address the absolutely horrifying and completely untrue allegations recently leveled against me, Gatt began. They are 100% categorically wrong and reckless. I have confirmed errors and misleading information in today's press release. I am fully cooperating with the police and the LAPD to get to the bottom of the situation. To get to the bottom of this, I look forward to clearing my good name, end quote. He continued, and I quote again, thank you to all of my friends and supporters who know that this is untrue and understand for legal reasons I cannot comment further on social media. The key, end quote. And the case remains open. So there you have it. So what do you think about that, Casey?
so is this like the person you actually see on the video game, or is it?
No, he's the guy. Well, he was an actor in the Game of Thrones TV show, so I'm sure you could see him there. But
Yeah.
he is the guy that behind the scenes gets dressed up in the motion capture suit, with all those
Okay.
white little bulbs on it,
Yeah.
so that the cameras can record his motions and animate the characters with it.
Okay.
So he's behind the scenes in God of War, but the fact that he technically is
Kratos.
Kratos, that sucks, man. I mean, God of War is a really big gaming series, and I'd hate to see, I'd hate to see the game series get hurt, even in the
I
slightest
think
over this
I,
this problem.
I think it'll be fine. I mean, I was thinking about it earlier when you told me about. It's like, oh my god, I was thinking of the guy who did the voice acting. So I was like, and I told him, it was like, dude, I got creeped out. It was like, in the recent one, I guess you said the 2018 version,
Yeah.
um, where all it's a running gag because all he says is boy, boy.
Boy.
And then he shows up, I guess, at the Game Awards, and he's talking, and then I think the last thing he says was "boy." I was like, and then I was thinking, I was like, oh my god, if it's that dude, and he's just kept on saying that, it's like it creeps you out a little bit. But I'm glad it wasn't that person because, I mean, obviously he's not good at anyone, but I mean, it would suck if they would have to go back and re-edit the guy's voice. But it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, I think even the person who does that, I mean, the guy still got paid for his work. Just don't credit the guy, you know?
I don't know if the motion capture guys get credited anyway. Actually, to tell you the truth.
I'll bet money they do. I mean, if you watch how much credits there is all the time, I wouldn't doubt it. He would.
I mean, the situation just sucks regardless of whether it was the voice actor or anybody like with a bigger to do with the game. The situation sucks regardless, and if the guy is found guilty, then he deserves what he gets.
I'm wondering. I got a question. Do you think, let's say, the person who's working on this, uh, he's not working on the game, but he goes and gets the coffee for the person who makes the game. Do you think we would even hear about this at all because it's somewhat related to the game, or
If it's somebody that has like the most minor role with the game to the point where like if it happened to like somebody that like draws, let's say, like the most minor details of the backgrounds or whatever, like if it was somebody that had the most minor role in the
yeah,
game, then I would say probably not. But because this is Kratos, the guy
yeah,
that gave Kratos moving, breathing life, you know, and the series of games is as big as it's ever been, with the new one on the horizon that's going to come out next year sometime. I highly doubt we're getting it this year, but God of War Ragnarok is coming out next year.
oh, was it announced to be for 2023? I thought it was 2022.
I'm just assuming it's next year. We don't have a concrete release date yet, but I would imagine if this guy Joseph Gatt did the work in the 2018 game, I would imagine they used him again in the new one.
I agree, but like I said, I don't. I mean, the guy got paid doing his job, so I would just, like I said, I just wouldn't recognize the guy. And then in future games, just find another, unless he's proven innocent, then you just get another person to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be a little hard to. I hate my microphone doing this. I don't know why it does this. It's pissing me off. Um, I don't know exactly how well they'd be able to like, not exactly like, uh, push this under the rug or whatever the saying goes, but now a lot of people are gonna know that this was the guy, and this was the guy that most likely did the motion capture for the new game too, whether he's credited or not. Most people are just gonna assume that it was that guy.
You know what? I bet you money if let's say it does come out next year. I bet you money once they say, "Oh, God of War Ragnarok is coming out." I bet you money. First thing when you go get that game, you're not gonna think about this, anyways.
Oh, probably not, but it's just the fact that this happened, and it's not, it's shining a bit of a negative light on the series. I'm not saying it's anybody else's fault. They, I'm
Oh,
sure,
definitely
I'm
not.
sure they didn't know what was or may not or was not going on behind the scenes with this person, or if he is guilty, how long has he been doing it before he got caught? Did he
Yeah,
actually, did he actually harm any other children? How many has he harmed, or was this his
hopefully.
first time? Hopefully, he's innocent because, like I said, if this turns out if he's a map, and he turns out to be guilty, he deserves everything he fucking gets.
You know what? This is the second time I heard map. The first time was it yesterday on Monday when Less Than Serious? Because we were talking about that one person who was
Yeah, that fucking disgusting bastard.
yeah, and I was like I can't believe there's natural abbreviation.
Yeah, minor attracted person. It's the
That's fucked
acronym
up.
for it. MAP.
I never heard of that until Monday, but that's fucked up.
Yeah. Either way, it's disgusting. I hope it's not true. I hope he's found innocent. Um, because there are people out there that could just say anything to start shit.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't mean it's true. Look how many of these Me Too stories that have come out over the years false.
See,
Enzo coming to mind, and he got fired for no reason.
yeah, and that's the one things I always say is like, I mean, some of these false allegation that's been proven otherwise, that they should be allowed to turn around and say they slandered them, or if they're like proven 100% innocent, they should because they pretty much ruined these people's careers. I'm like you. You never like look at OJ. He's been acquitted. Oh shit, we got Ray Rollins in chat.
Do we?
Yeah,
How about that?
but
What's going
look
on,
at
Ray? What's
look,
poppin', everybody? I can't do it as good as you. What's going on, Ray?
but you seen what happened to OJ? He can't even have a normal life, and he was acquitted.
Yeah, and it's just a shame, man. Allegations are allegations. I won't, he's not guilty. He's not in. We don't know if he's innocent, but right now he's not guilty. So as far as I'm concerned, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And if he's found guilty later on, we might, come back to it. But what we're going to talk about now is some bullshit. Um, this is going to go one of two ways, and I have a feeling I know which way it's going to go. PlayStation and Xbox are adding advertisements to games. Rumors say. Yeah. So both PlayStation and Xbox are working on ads within games, according to new rumors. Now, again, rumors doesn't mean it's true. Although I have seen tweets, I have seen things on Twitter that Xbox is certainly working on this more so than PlayStation. The development would allow for companies to make games available for free, with the cost being supported through marketing reports suggested. PlayStation would put real-life ads on virtual billboards within games. For instance, according to a new report from Advertising Insider, players could also be rewarded for engaging with these ads by being given free virtual items. Xbox was last week said to be working on similar programs with the same aim of giving out free games. Both companies are said to be launching the products by the end of this year.
Oh god.
The development would allow console games to function more like mobile games, where free-to-play and ad-supported games are rife. Uh, oh boy! Uh, it would it would also likely lead to the same questions that have dogged those games, such as concerns about the nature of the ads, potential scams, and the kinds of tracking of people, of players and advertisers that will be allowed. Such tracking has caused fallouts between advertising companies and tech platforms before, when Apple added new privacy protections in a recent iOS update. For instance, it was attacked by Facebook, which said it was punishing advertisers by stopping them gathering data on users. Some console games have already experimented with actual in-game advertising. EA added marketing videos into UFC 4. I do remember that, and boy, was there a backlash for that one. Before being forced to remove them because of concern from fans. Also, NBA 2K21 has ads in its loading screens. Capcom also experimented with this with Street Fighter V, but that wasn't mentioned here. That also wasn't met with any positivity either. Microsoft is said to not be planning to take any of the revenue from the advertising, with the funds being split between developers and ad companies. Sony has yet to decide how the revenue will be split. So at least Microsoft, if they're going to allow these ads to be in their games, at least they don't want any of the money. They're going to let the money that the ads make go to the developers for releasing these games for free instead of putting a price tag on them. Which I guess is nice, but ads, no, we don't want our 4K Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 console games to be riddled with bullshit and potential scam ads like we find in our fucking mobile games that you can find anywhere on Google Play if you use a Samsung or any other Android phone or iOS. Or you play a game and you get to play a stage or two, and then you got to sit through a 30-second ad. Then you play another level, another 30-second ad. Then you play another level and you get another fucking ad. And the shit's annoying, and you see more ads than you do gameplay.
Well, the only place I think it's okay is like the loading screen.
Right. Or like, in racing games or sports games, you could have billboards for real life ads there, because you could have them there, like like when you watch, you don't really watch baseball, Casey, but if you've ever thumbed through the TV channels and you see
Yeah.
baseball or football, and you see, along the wall, they have the
Ads.
advertisements like behind home plate, or
Yeah.
out there on the walls, in the bleachers and whatnot. They could do
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's fine. But if an advertisement's just gonna pop up and cut off your fucking gameplay, or you're gonna get an advertisement after every fucking level that you complete, if a game, and it's only gonna be for games that are gonna be made free to play, which is thankfully okay, fine.
For now.
For now,
Well,
yeah, for now, because if this is something that gets big enough, I could see these ads making their way into our $70 games.
look what I mean. Think about this. Before mobile gaming, we didn't have these microtransactions. The first one I ever remembered had that was the WWE games.
Right.
Like you pay $5 and you can unlock everything. And I would do that because I'm like, it unlocks everything instead of I don't care about going through the freaking storylines. I want to just put this guy versus that guy who was
Gargots, what's up, dude?
exactly.
um, Ray, I'm drinking Pennsylvania Dutch birch beer. It's made by the Canada Dry Company. That's what I'm drinking right now. I don't drink it too often because 7 Up doesn't really go on sale all that often in my state. So,
You cheap fuck.
listen. Fuck you, okay?
but
Good shit, though.
when mobile games got more popular, they're like these AAA companies. They're like, can we put these in our games and not piss these people off? Because remember, well, for a while, people were shitting on DLC, and DLC was having a bad name. Now DLC is kind of like the White Knight right now. I mean, while you have like microtransaction for
Hell yeah.
everything now.
Hell
Uh,
yeah. So, what's going on, guys? Yeah, Pennsylvania Dutch Birch Beer. That's what I'm drinking right now. Good stuff. I just don't know, man. I don't want to see this shit get carried away. I don't want to see scams, get into this stuff. Like you ever, you don't really play mobile games, Casey, kind of like I do. So it's in a way, like so I know a little bit more about this, but you get ads for these games that disguise themselves as other games, and you click on it because it
yeah,
looks interesting, and then it's not what was advertised, and you can
like the
end up going down a rabbit hole you don't want to be going down.
is it like the one I think I tried to play is the one where it's like, oh, are you sucked into the tornado?
No. After the
It sound
PS5, I'm not buying a new system. Yeah, Ray, I hear you. I'm not buying any new systems right now either.
that sound like your fan was on again.
Yeah, I turned it on for a few minutes because I'm getting a little warm. But yeah, let me turn that off again. Hold on one second.
No, I don't hear it now,
Oh,
but a second ago it
oh
sounded
shit!
like
Whoa, buddy. All right. Yeah, I just turned it on for a minute. I had like a.
see, I wasn't the only one. Garga's heard that sound too. It's like, was that white noise?
Yeah, that was my fan that I had on. Usually the microphone doesn't pick it up all that loud, but I guess
That was
tonight my microphone's being an asshole tonight. It keeps lowering my fucking volume.
imagine get if this happens. Let's say you buy Madden, so every quarter you get a 30-second ad, and you cannot skip the ad.
Forget
Yeah.
every quarter, every set of downs, dude.
No, I mean that's just outrageous. I think every quarter you get 30 seconds ad, and then you get an ad, and then you get play the next quarter, and then there's another 30-second ad. And you know what? I wouldn't give EA. I wouldn't put it past them. You know what I mean?
Oh Jesus, Garguts. He goes, well, I guess white noise is better than black noise, but watch out for the Mexican noise.
I'm just curious.
Jesus.
I want to know what the hell black noise sounds like.
As far as Ray says, he might not even get the PS5 at this point. I mean, it all depends on the games you play. If you don't think the console's worth it for you right now, and it's still really hard to find, I would say, to wait even longer. If you
Right
if you
now,
haven't had the need for one right now, you could probably hold off.
if you have a PS4, you're still in good shape. I mean, there's very, very little games that's exclusive to PS5. And it's right now, I mean, I think it's smart enough that the PlayStation and Microsoft is not making too many stuff exclusive because I think it would hurt their bottom line if they made all their games exclusive to the next gen when we're not given a chance to get the system, you know? Like, the only time I ever see at Walmart is the Xbox Series S. And, like, no one wants that fucking thing.
I mean, I do want the new Xbox, but not right now. There's literally not a single game that I have a need to play on it right now that I can't play on Nintendo Switch or PS5 or PS4.
And you know what? It's funny because they have all those studios. You figure they should be pumping out exclusives all the time, right? I mean, where's these exclusive games from Microsoft?
Garget says I haven't owned a system since Xbox or, but I did like what PS3 did, but it hit the glass ceiling real quick. Yeah, the graphics in games these days definitely are not, improving as big as they were in the '90s into the 2000s. That's for sure.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the jump in quality is not that big anymore.
yeah. It's now it's just how fast you can get to the game, like the faster uh, loading screens.
So I do wanna remind you guys of the free games available on the Xbox Games with Gold for this month and PlayStation Plus. So for Xbox, and these games are all available right now. Well, one of them is actually no longer available. We'll get to that in a minute. Um, Another site for Xbox One is available until April 30th. A game called Hue, which is also an Xbox One game, is available until May 15th. We also have a game that if you didn't get it for free, it's no longer available, which was Outpost Koloki X. And the last one, which is still available, a Xbox 360 game, MX versus ATV Alive, which is available until April 30th. On the PlayStation side, for PS4 and PS5, we have Hood, Outlaws and Legends, Slay the Spire for PS4, and also for PS4, we have SpongeBob SquarePants: The Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Which I'm not gonna lie to you, that was a pretty decent PS2 game back in the
It
day.
looks interesting.
I remember playing that SpongeBob game. I didn't play it all the way through, but I remember my brothers had it. You know, when they were growing up on the PS2 and whatnot, and they had that game. They used to watch SpongeBob literally all the time. Like there was not a day that would go by in my house that you would not find SpongeBob on the TV for a full 24-hour period without seeing SpongeBob at least once on TV. It just didn't happen in my house. But yeah, so that game came out 2020, I believe. The SpongeBob Rehydrated edition, but it is free now with PlayStation Plus for PS4. So if you have it, download it for free. I've already downloaded it. I just haven't started playing it again. I heard for the trophies, it's an easy platinum as well. So it's another reason to play it if you're a trophy hunter.
I hadn't been picking up any of these free games. I actually, I'm I don't even know if I still have Xbox on server still.
Honestly, I don't pick these games up all that often either. It's kind of rare that they put out a game that I'm interested in or a game that I don't yet have for their free service. Ray says me and my brother beat that SpongeBob game like 3 times when we was younger. So yeah, now you can play it again. Again, like I said, I'm gonna play it again. It's a game that it for what it was. It wasn't a bad game. Certainly not top tier when it comes to 3D platformers, but it was certainly it wasn't certainly not a terrible game at all. Pretty good in my opinion.
Hey, guess what?
What's up?
I just heard that there's a secret profanity discovered in Splatoon 2.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like it's one of the characters at the shop, and uh, I don't know how they uh figured this out, but it's put on the shirt. It's supposed to say "fuck you."
Uh, I wonder how that. I wonder how that looks. And
It
how that actually would have gotten past Nintendo, because isn't Splatoon a first party title?
yes, it is.
So I wonder how whoever got that to squeak on through got that to squeak on through.
Well, the thing is, I don't see. I'm calling a little BS on it though, because yeah, I can see FU, and then the third letter looks like an E instead of a C, and I can see the K and the Y and O and U, and the O I wouldn't give it to them. So I think they're stretching this. I think they're hoping
Where
this
where are you looking at this, anyways? I'm just
this is
curious.
this is on Game Explain.
Oh, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, that's certainly something I can't show then.
Well, you can show the shirt, but
Excuse me, if I
I
could find
just
it.
but it's I'm calling it's a stretch,
It probably is.
because because then I'm not saying it's not impossible. I mean, sure, look what Disney did in their cartoons and some of the shit they got away for in the 90s. So it's not like it's impossible. Shit! Actually, I just remembered there's a Famicom disc game that it actually says this when it tells you to turn the disc over. It says the disc switch the disc to side B and insert to fucking box.
I know something similar AVGN actually covered. That actually was
That's
very similar.
no, that's what it was.
Um, but yeah, I remember that. I can't find the Splatoon thing you're talking about. I don't want to put their video up on the screen for copyright
Oh, that
reasons.
yeah. I was just saying that. I mean, I'm saying it looks like a stretch. Yeah,
TSS, what's going on, dude?
I'm just saying it. To me, it looks like a stretch. I mean, I can probably, I could probably have an idea. Maybe I could, uh, take a screenshot and send it to you. You think that would do it?
If you could do that, I could throw that up on the screen real quick and take a look at it. Sure. Gargut says, "Do you got the Grinch game for PlayStation? I dare you to beat it." I don't. Casey might. Is it for
Uh,
PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1, or I would assume probably PS2 based on when that movie came out?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna say one, and I don't. I believe I don't have. I'm pretty sure I don't have it actually. Now thinking about it.
I want to say
Uh,
thank you guys for sticking with us with normally, like I said earlier on, normally I, set this the podcast up differently. Normally we're reacting to something that's live, like the Game Awards or Nintendo Direct or something. Normally I have, other visuals and stuff. I have, myself, Casey on the screen as well. But I just threw this together because I wanted to get something up on the channel. I wanted to talk about this news with Casey. We started late, so I just threw this up on the screen. Made this more of like an audio podcast, but I appreciate those of you
I'm.
guys coming in and enjoying it anyways.
Uh,
Whoa, Casey. All right, you sent
3 pictures.
3. Okay. Yeah, I see 3.
I think it's a stretch.
Yeah, let me save this. How do I save this? Okay. Pictures.
I mean, Splatoon, that's a big game too. So, I mean, that's one of their newer franchise. I mean, I love the Splatoon games. I mean, I played Splatoon 1 a little bit more than I played 2, but I still will binge on 2 when it first came out. But it's so hard to see those pictures. I'm calling BS on that. That I mean, their language uh, is kind of like a made up language. So how would they think it's a profanity?
I mean, this is. I'm gonna show it up in a minute. I'm just saving the. The images here. Okay, this one, and then this one. This actually makes, like, when you look, the shirt is blown up. It actually makes it. It actually looks more like "fuck you" than the other thing, than the first image you showed me. But
Yeah.
it's still a stretch. I mean, it is a made up language, but this is something, I could tell you. So I'm gonna put it up on the screen in a moment. I'm just all right. Now that I
Yeah.
got all three of them saved, now I can put them into OBS. So give me a minute, you guys. Image. Okay, so the images in question. This is the image in question. So here you can see the curved line, the two curved lines, supposed to resemble F. I mean, this here is supposed to resemble a U. The E is supposed to be the C. This triangle with the line thing here is supposed to be a K. That looks nothing like a K, a letter K.
I give that then the E.
The F really doesn't even look like anything either. The U I can kind of see, but no. The Y, you could definitely make out the Y. The O looks like something I've seen out of a different video game. Almost carbon copy of a different video game symbol. I don't know. I think this is a bit of a stretch. Now let me switch over to a different image. The reason this was actually brought up, apparently, Game Explain on YouTube. This is the character in question wearing the shirt that apparently says "fuck you" on it. We will zoom in on the character's shirt. Let's do that. Casey, you better not be ribbing me, man.
No, this is why I saw it.
And you can see here. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute.
And
Oh,
someone's
shit.
saying the person's name means that too, but I'm like,
All right. So here is the guy right there. So side by side. Here's the character with the shirt, and here is right here on the right side, the shirt blown up, and you can kind of see where it, like, the on here, the F is a little more pronounced, I guess. The E looks a lot more like a C,
okay, yeah, it
though
does.
the K, that
Looks,
certainly still does not look anything like a letter K.
it looks like an R now.
Yeah, it looks more like an R. The Y is certainly there. And the U for the word fuck and the U for the word you look like two different symbols.
Yo, that's right. I mean, it could be just because it
And
was so.
again, this O does not look anything like a letter O. It looks like a symbol or an icon from another video game I've seen before.
So I'm calling BS on this. I mean, does it look like it? Yes, but
I no that's no no. I
I
don't think so whatsoever.
I call BS on this. But I think it's funny.
The Game Explained, man, they must be having a slow fucking news day to have to put something like that out.
And look how tiny. I mean, how long did? I mean, Splatoon 2's been out what since 2017. I mean, and it took 5 years for someone to look real close at that shirt and said, "I think that says fuck you."
I mean, the fact that somebody thought that doesn't surprise me, given the fact that, because there's still secrets in video games that come out years and years later.
True.
TSS says, "Did you guys hear how Nintendo is currently in hot water for firing employees for trying to start a union?" I did not hear about that.
I heard about something going on, like they feel like they're being mistreated. I mean, that's what I hear about what they do at Capcom and Konami all the
The
time.
last
So,
time I heard about Nintendo, like, promptly firing somebody was that one lady that was being an SJW on Twitter, and they fired her ass like the next day. I thought that was funny as hell.
I agree, TSS. I think it's someone trying to make something out of nothing. I mean, shoot, like he said, there's not much gaming news. I mean, there wasn't really anything to talk about. I mean, that's one of the reasons we couldn't ever get together. I mean, when you have so little to talk about.
I mean, there's been a lot of gaming news coming out recently. It's just the fact that April this past month has been terrible for me. I had to take that impromptu trip down to South Carolina, which was not planned, and that was fucking that was all hectic in itself. I'm going to talk about that another time, but then on the way home we broke down coming home. We actually broke down going there. Strangely enough, Casey, we broke down the two times we broke down in Virginia.
Yeah,
We're literally within about 3 miles distance from
from
each other from the two
no,
times we broke down.
are you shitting me? Wow.
That's fucked up. But yeah, I'm gonna talk more about the trip and whatnot. Um, Probably tomorrow because I will be streaming on Twitch tomorrow night. Gonna be doing the Tetris 99 28th Maximus Cup. I'm gonna start Kirby in the Forgotten Land because I picked that up the other day, and
I do want to get that
I
game.
might play something else too. I might play a third game, but at least those two games will be on Twitch, and we'll be starting to play those tomorrow night. So we got one more thing to talk about, Casey. Sonic Origins Retro Collection. We finally got a release date. We got quite a bit of news for this game, Casey. I am actually really digging what they did for this game. It's Sega's Sonic Origins Collection will bring Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles, as opposed to Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles separately, so that's already a plus.
Hmm.
And Sonic CD to current gaming platforms on June 23rd. Publisher announced Wednesday Sonic the Hedgehog's canonical birthday if you want to get him a gift card. So the game will come out on his 31st birthday, June 23rd. Now note, Casey, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and CD are the Christian Whitehead versions, which were, for Sonic 1 and 2, were only previously available on mobile phones. So finally getting console ports of these is nice. And of course, the Sonic CD port is the Christian Whitehead version, which released for PS3 and 360 back in 2013, before the PS4 and Xbox One came out.
And is it just those games or any other ones?
It's just those games, but they've done quite a bit to these games to make this collection actually stand out from all the others.
What did they kind of remaster or
Sonic
them?
Origins will be released digitally for Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, PC, Xbox One, and Series X for $40. A digital deluxe version with extra perks for $5 more. Also, we'll add more challenging missions, special character animations, and music tracks from other Genesis titles for $45. In addition to the four Sega Genesis era games listed below, Sonic Origins will include a number of special features like an anniversary mode, widescreen visuals, and an infinite number of lives. So it's Babby mode for you, Casey. Um, there will also be mission mode where players can earn in-game medallions by completing challenges. Sega showed some examples of missions for the original Sonic the Hedgehog in a screenshot. So you can have, there's missions here. For example, this one called Caterkiller Swarm. Scrap Brain Zone Act 2. Defeat 5 caterpillars and reach the goal. So you can do these missions. You earn coins by doing so. The coins can be used in the museum. The museum of the game is where you unlock the artwork and premium artwork related to these games and whatnot. Let's see. Digital pre-order bonus offer includes 100 coins as well as mirror mode and Mega Drive style letterboxing. Now I should note that mirror mode, which was first done in Super Mario Bros., which was Super Luigi Bros., where you play the game moving from right to left instead of left to right.
It's so freaking weird. When I was doing Super Luigi Bros on my video, the one that was on the NES remix from the
Right.
Wii U,
Yep.
it is so weird going the other way.
So mirror mode, I should note that you don't have to pre-order to get mirror mode. Mirror mode for each game for all four titles will be available upon completing each game. So when you beat each game, you unlock the mirror mode for each game, so you can beat it again going backwards.
That is kind of cool. I
Sega announced Sonic Origins last May during the Sonic Central live stream. The new collection is notable for inclusion of any Sonic 3 and Knuckles, a Genesis game that has recently been excluded as part of classic Sonic the Hedgehog re-releases. Sonic 3 was not included as part of the Sega Genesis Mini library, nor was it given the Sega Ages treatment for Nintendo Switch. Sonic fans have speculated without confirmation from Sega. Sonic 3 and Knuckles re-release is complicated by thorny music rights. Some of the Genesis game's music was composed by singer Michael Jackson, keyboardist Brad Buxer, according to Buxer, Jackson was not happy with Sega's implementation of his songs. Some re-releases of Sonic 3, like the 1997 Windows port, have featured different music tracks and to have been swapped in from an earlier version of the game. Now, also in this game, Casey, that is not mentioned in this article, you have the mission mode. You have harder mission mode if you get the digital deluxe edition, which is
mm,
$45 instead of $40. You also get animated menus. You get camera control over the menus. The menus are going to be in 3D,
nice.
which is different. Each also the games can be played separately or you can marathon every game because they actually made these games connect with each other
Interesting.
through a kind of story mode. So if you want to play the games one after another without stopping in like a marathon mode, they actually made it so that these games all tie into each other. And
That
each game has brand new animated cutscenes in the games, which have never been in the games before. Sonic CD's cutscenes have been remastered again and look better than ever before. Also, Sonic 3 and Knuckles has also animated cutscenes within the game for the very first time.
well,
Also,
I oh, go ahead.
one more feature, Casey, which I think is really cool. For the first time ever, you can now officially play Sonic the Hedgehog 1 as either Tails or Knuckles.
Hmm.
And I say officially because we all know there are ROM hacks out there that already can do that can already let you do that, but now Sega finally made it official where you can play Sonic 1 as Knuckles or Sonic 1 as Tails for the very first time. Because
Well,
you remember back in the 90s when you had the lock-on cart and you put
yeah.
Sonic 1 on top of it, what would happen? You couldn't play as Knuckles, but now you can. Which is pretty cool.
Well, I suspect you to do a whole marathon. You
Oh,
start.
I plan on it. I plan on it. Absolutely.
I, I'm talking about you had to do it until you beat Sonic CD, and
Well,
then
no,
you.
the way they did it, the game goes Sonic 1, Sonic CD, Sonic 2, and then Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Okay, then that's the way you're gonna go.
That's
And
that. I plan on doing it that way though. Absolutely, I want to do that.
okay,
Thank you for
and
reminding the Rose. Gotta get that new Tetris theme. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming that tomorrow night. TSS says I'm excited for Sonic Origins, but the price tier for the game is so confusing and just unnecessary. Interesting that you would say. Interesting, Casey. How interesting.
well, I say interesting.
So I think, excuse me, I'm just gonna go for the $45 edition, TSS. I would just go that route to avoid any of the confusion. It's only $5 more than the standard edition, and you know you'll get everything.
That's a good point.
So I don't see a problem with that. Um, but yeah, so I'm actually glad Sega actually made this. I'm actually glad Sega made this version of the game actually stand out. This re-release stand out compared to all the others in the past.
There's that white noise again.
My fan is off, so I don't know what you're hearing now.
It sounds like you're outside,
I have no idea what you're hearing.
and then it's gone.
Interesting. Now you got me saying it. But anyways, Casey, that was all the news I wanted to cover today. There has been more news that came out, last week, but I figured, that's already old news, so maybe I'll just leave it alone. But we covered some interesting stuff today. You got any final thoughts on anything we talked about today?
Nah, that's pretty much it. I'm getting sleepy.
Actually, real quick, I want to get TSS's thoughts on on the motion capture actor
No,
for
God.
Kratos. I want to get his thoughts on what he thinks about that. Is Joseph guilty or is he innocent? And what do you think? How do you think this could impact the God of War games going forward?
I personally think it's gonna be fine. I mean, they can always get someone else to do that. And I was thinking about it, like, gosh, imagine it was the voice acting uh character, but then I'm like how much would it fall back? Then I'm like, hold on, it's not like they're re-editing the whole game. All you just need someone to go in and do like a couple days worth of voice editing, and that's it. But I think it's not going to affect Ragnarok. Ragnarok's pretty much getting close to done, I would assume. So I think it's not going to delay the game any longer than it, it's been planned to.
Yeah,
That I'm hoping.
yeah. I want to get TSS's thoughts on this. I'm guessing he was watching Drew when we started and we were talking about this because usually he pops in right away, but I want to see. Give him a minute to see if he answers. If not, we'll just wrap this up. But so Casey, I normally ask you this when we're doing. There he is. I'm not fully informed on what happened, so I don't have any thoughts. Well, basically, TSS, he was arrested on allegations of sexually explicit communications with a child. Um, he was released on $5,000 bail, and he claims that the allegations are not true, which, everyone, in hot water is going to claim the allegations are not true. But that's the gist of it. He was most notably known for the motion capture work in the God of War games, and he also played a character in the Game of Thrones HBO TV show. And his name is Joseph Gatt.
Did he happen to stumble across Chris Hansen on the other side? He's like, I need to talk to you. Want to sit down?
Yeah, why don't you have a seat? Right over there. Come on, have a seat. Right over there. So, I usually ask you this, Casey, but you got any new video games or anything lately that you picked up or no?
Not a lot. Since going to WrestleMania, I have some stuff I gotta pay. So
It's Steve Callan. What's up?
don't have a lot to show right now, and it's over there, and I don't want to grab it. But I could tell you, I did pick up GoldenEye for the N64 in
nice.
its box.
Nice pickup. Nice pickup.
But the back of it's torn, but it's okay. And then I got the Virtua gun for the Sega Saturn in its box.
Nice. I mean, I did a little bit of game hunting too last week. I'm actually going to do a video on that. That's one of the videos I have ready to upload soon. I picked up a few games, a couple NES games, a PS2 game, and then, of course, the Kirby and the Forgotten Land game that I picked up the other day.
I want to get that.
So I'm going to be releasing that video soon as well. Anyways, guys, Steve Callan, thanks for stopping by the stream. Unfortunately, we are wrapping it up, but appreciate you stopping by to say hi anyways. We got to certainly do this a little more often, Casey. We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, I agree. It's just lately I feel like I come home exhausted. Like I said, after WrestleMania, I've been wanting to do more videos, but it's just like I'm exhausted.
Just know, Steve, when you watch the replay, what you're seeing right now is what you're going to see during the entirety. I didn't set up the stream the way I normally do. I just wanted to go live and talk with Casey on this news, and we started an hour later than I wanted to. So I just threw this up there. I didn't, I just set it up to be more like an audio podcast. So you can literally do anything else while just listening to us talk, because there's only like one visual towards the end where Casey started talking about Splatoon 2. That's literally the only visual there is worth looking at during this entire thing. Said TSS says maybe at least do a Game Corner podcast once a month. That's what I'm
I,
thinking. More, yeah, more along the lines of doing it once a month. I eventually want to do it
I,
like once a week, kind of like
I would,
Derailed is done once a
okay,
week.
I would like to do that. It's it's just so hard to really sit down a lot of times if it's not like scheduled, you know?
Yeah, like I knew I wanted to do this for a couple of days, and you called me yesterday. If you didn't call me yesterday when I was leaving the food store, I was actually gonna call you. So,
No,
uh,
and that's all you need to do.
so
I mean, if the worst comes up, it'd be like I'm too tired, or uh, I usually I would try to make it because I mean, right now, today I really had nothing like planned to do except maybe do a video, but uh, I wanted to. I felt like I needed to make it priority to come on here.
well, you did take a nap. Otherwise, you could have had that done anyways before we did this.
Yeah, but
TSS says Splatoon 3 is probably going to get delayed because Universe 3 got pushed to July, which is where Splatoon 3 probably would have been.
I think I heard it's been delayed already, but I
Oh, the
couldn't.
fucking other thing I wanted to talk about was the Breath of the Wild 2 delay. Possibly being the reason, possibly being that Breath of the Wild 2 is too powerful for the Switch, and it's going to release with a new Switch next year. I wanted to talk about that too and completely fucking forgot about it.
Well, I mean, let's think about it. I mean, they did Breath of the Wild 1 that was for the Wii U, and yes, that was made for the Wii U in mind, and obviously they postponed it a couple times, and when they did it for the last time, they're like, screw it, let's put it on the Switch as well. I
So,
mean, and you heard about the rumors where they were thinking canceling the Wii U version at one point.
I mean, I don't follow Zelda all that much, but it is what it is. Gargut says, you ever play Breath of Fire? I fucking love Breath of Fire. The first two are on the Switch online, and I actually have Breath of Fire 4 for the PS2, which I forgot the name of that title. I have it. I actually have it right. Where did I put it? I had it the other day. I had it in my hand the other day. I don't know what I did with it, but I do have. I do have though a couple of those games. The oh Jesus! Hold on a second, motherfucker.
It is gonna happen. Well,
Anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap the show up. Yeah, Breath of Fire was awesome in the '90s. I do want to play Breath of Fire 3 before I play 4. I know 5 and 6, I believe, were DS games and
good
whatnot.
God, how many are there?
I believe there's 6 of them, 6 or 7 of them. But yeah, they're pretty good games. But anyways,
Well,
guys, we're gonna wrap up the podcast here. I actually really have to go to the bathroom and whatnot, so I think this is a good place to stop.
I
Casey,
agree.
thanks for coming on with me. Much
Oh,
appreciated.
oh, it's no problem. I always love doing it, and I agree. We need to do it more often.
TSS says, to me it's possible, but I've been hearing rumors of a new Switch Pro, new Switch for months, so I don't know. I hope if a new Switch I hope I hope it's a new Switch because the Switch is in need of an upgrade. I agree. Definitely
Yeah,
agree. The Switch was built on already kind of outdated hardware, and now that it's over 5 years old, it is really in need of an upgrade.
yeah.
But that's something we could talk about again down the line because Switch rumors of a new console have been popping up all the time. Like you hear it all
It
the time.
Yeah, it's always there. And like I told Rose, like over a year ago, it's like if they don't do a Switch Pro version in the next year, don't think it's going to happen. I think we'll just get the new version, like the Super Switch.
Right.
It's,
So yeah, but that's something we could talk about, later on as you know we get
if
more information on the delay. I'm sure, they're going to cite like, oh, the game needs more time, which I'm sure it does. But if they're saying that the current hardware is not strong enough for the game, and maybe who knows, maybe we're going to get that that surprising new that announcement sometime down the line. Because if Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out next year, and if it's going to be on a new console, they're gonna have to announce it soon.
yeah, I agree.
Maybe we'll get that in our summer direct if they're still gonna do one in June. Who knows?
I think they will. I bet they will.
But yeah, guys, that's another topic for another day. But I am gonna say, Casey, thanks for coming on the show with me. It's been fun, man. We got to do this more
Yes,
often.
I
You
agree, bro.
find Casey's Raw on YouTube. I will have his link in the description box. After I end the show, I'm gonna update it and put his Twitter and his YouTube in there. His links down below. Also, check out the Derailed Podcast every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Less Than Serious every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, unless stated
Ooh,
otherwise. Check out those shows as well on the Derailed News and Podcast YouTube channel. Really fun content over there, which Casey and myself are also a part of on Sunday nights and Tuesday nights, again, unless stated otherwise. And of course, for my content, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel already, I greatly appreciate you subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch as well. I greatly appreciate it. We'll be streaming tomorrow night on Twitch. I plan on it unless, something comes up, but I do plan on it. Again, Tetris 99 28th Maximus Cup tomorrow night, and Kirby and the Forgotten Land. So I'll be playing those games, streaming probably for at least 3 or 4 hours on Twitch tomorrow night. That's what I see myself doing. And yeah, follow me on social media. All the links in the description box down below. Also, the Derailed Patreon for $1 a month to get 8 shows a month. Casey and I sometimes do a podcast like this where we talk about, a certain game or a history of something, or something. Sometimes I do solo content, like I just recently did the review for Cruisin' Blast on the Nintendo Switch. If you haven't checked that out already, I would appreciate you do so, because I actually put some work into that one. And I actually like how that review came out. Of course, you got Drew's Strike Sessions as well, and the Derailed Post Show, including one free month post show. So anyways, guys, Casey, thanks for coming on. And I'm going to say, for Casey's Raw, my name is The Rose. Thanks for watching, or rather, thanks for listening, since this one was more of an audio-style podcast. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. And until next time, guys, thank you, and we'll catch your ass down the road.